You are lying to yourself. You tell yourself you work better under pressure, but you are just terrified of being judged. You are not lazy. You are broken by your own biology. You waste hours scrolling, waiting for a motivation that will never come. Today, we dismantle the 10 psychological traps keeping you stuck. If you do not fix item number 3, your entire life will remain a cycle of missed opportunities. Stop pretending you have time. Let us get into the reality of why you fail. You stand in front of your laptop. You have 10 tabs open. You have 5 projects that need attention. You end up doing nothing because your brain hits a wall. This is the choice overload hypothesis explored by Iyengar and Lepper in their 2000 JAM study. When you are faced with too many options, your cognitive resources deplete, leading to decision paralysis. You freeze because the cost of choosing the wrong task feels higher than doing nothing at all. You think you need more options to be productive, but you actually need fewer. Your defense is to ruthlessly cut your to-do list to one single, non-negotiable objective before you even touch your desk. Do not give yourself room to negotiate. If you think that is bad, wait until you see how your brain sabotages your perception of time. You wake up and write a list that would take a machine 3 days to complete. You think you can finish it by noon. This is the planning fallacy, a term coined by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. We consistently underestimate the time needed for tasks because we ignore our past failures and focus only on an idealized, optimistic future. You are blinded by your own confidence. You treat time like an infinite resource until the deadline is 5 minutes away. To defend against this, apply the reference class forecasting method. Look at how long similar tasks took you last month, not how long you hope they will take today. Multiply that number by 2. That is your reality. Next, we look at why you cling to things that are already dead. You stay in a failing side hustle or a dead-end project because you have already spent weeks on it. You are trapped by the sunk cost fallacy, documented by Arks and Bloomer in 1985. You believe that quitting means wasting the time you already invested. In reality, you are just throwing good time after bad. You are prioritizing your ego over your future. The past is gone. It is a cost you cannot recover, so stop letting it dictate your current actions. Your defense is simple: ask yourself if you would start this project today if you had zero history with it. If the answer is no, kill it immediately. If you think that is painful, wait until you see how you manipulate your own reality. You spend hours organizing your desk, color-coding your calendar, and buying new software. You tell yourself this is preparation. It is not. It is the illusion of control, defined by Ellen Langer in 1975. You engage in ritualistic behaviors to feel like you are managing the outcome, but you are just avoiding the actual, scary work. You think if you control the environment, you control the success. You do not. You are just distracting yourself from the lack of progress. Your defense is to ignore the setup and jump straight into the most uncomfortable part of the task. If you do not have a messy workspace, you are likely not doing enough work. Next, we look at why you fear being seen. You do not finish the report because you are terrified of the feedback. You are suffering from evaluation apprehension. Research into social facilitation shows that we often choke or delay when we believe we are being judged by others. You equate your work with your identity. If the work is criticized, you feel like you are being attacked. So, you procrastinate to avoid the critique. You hide behind the "not finished" excuse. Your defense is to ship the work in an imperfect state early. Force yourself to get feedback while the project is still raw. It kills the fear of the final reveal. If you think that is a deep fear, wait until you see what happens when you compare yourself to others. You spend your morning watching people on social media who seem to be miles ahead of you. You feel paralyzed. This is social comparison theory by Leon Festinger. You are measuring your internal reality against everyone else's highlight reel. You decide that since you cannot match their results immediately, you should just stay in bed. It is a coping mechanism for your insecurity. You are using comparison to justify your inaction. Your defense is to go dark. Delete the apps that make you feel small. Focus only on your own metrics from yesterday. Nobody cares about your progress as much as you think they do, and that is a relief. Now, we move to why you refuse to start at all. You know you need to change your habits, but you stick to the same routine that keeps you broke. This is status quo bias. Humans have a powerful preference for the current state of affairs, even when the alternative is clearly better. The brain views change as a threat to survival. You stay in your miserable lane because it is familiar. You are literally wired to prefer the devil you know. Your defense is to introduce tiny, irreversible changes to your environment that force a new pattern. Change the room, change the computer, change the time of day. If you do not force the friction, you will never move. This is why you are still where you were last year. This is the one that destroys your life every single day. Temporal discounting means you value a small reward now over a massive reward later. Your brain is wired to prioritize immediate pleasure because, evolutionarily, the future was never guaranteed. But you are not living in the wild. You are living in a world of instant gratification. You choose the scroll over the study because the dopamine hit is immediate. You are trading your future self for a second of relief. Your defense is to increase the psychological cost of the distraction. Make the distraction hard to access. Put your phone in another room. Lock your browser. If you do not pay for your discipline now, you will pay for your regret later. You are more motivated to avoid losing what you have than you are to gain something new. This is loss aversion, identified by Kahneman and Tversky. The pain of losing is psychologically twice as powerful as the joy of gaining. You do not start the new business because you fear losing the security of your mediocre job. You do not write the book because you fear losing the time. You are paralyzed by the fear of a potential negative outcome. Your defense is to frame your inaction as a loss. Tell yourself that every hour you do not work is an hour of your life you are actively throwing into the trash. Make the loss of inaction feel real. This is the ultimate trap. You think you are a perfectionist, but you are actually a coward. You hold your work to impossible standards so you never have to finish it. If you never finish, you can never be judged. You can tell yourself that you would have been great if you had just had more time. It is a shield for your fragile ego. By refusing to produce, you avoid the possibility of being exposed as mediocre. It is the most expensive psychological lie you tell yourself because it costs you your entire potential. Your defense is simple: adopt the mantra "done is better than perfect." Aim for B- work. Get it out the door. The market does not care about your genius, it cares about your output. Stop hiding behind your standards and start showing up. You are wasting your life waiting for a standard that does not exist. Procrastination is never about time management. It is an emotional regulation problem. You are scared, you are insecure, and you are choosing comfort over growth. The only way out is to embrace the discomfort you have been running from. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It is a lie. If you want to master your brain, subscribe and hit the bell for daily breakdowns of the mechanisms holding you back. Remember the temporal discounting we discussed? Your future self is waiting for you to start today. Do it now.